afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. It's good to be back out with everybody. Very excited for another Painted Dog TV drive here on the Rietspruit Game Reserve. As you can see, it is a gorgeous afternoon, everyone. Myself and Andrew heading out with you this afternoon.
Same position as this morning, which is the corridor puck junction with the...
Sorry folks, just busy listening to an update on the radio there. Oh, there's a grey heron. Please don't fly away. Just pulling into Mumba Dam here, everybody. And spotted beautiful grey heron just sitting on the bank here. Oh, there he goes. Oh, it's pretty cool. Well done, Andrew. Good capture there. Awesome to see him flying. Obviously a little bit nervous of our approach. Or perhaps he wasn't. Perhaps he's just flown across there because he didn't have any luck spotting any fish or frogs on the previous bank. Right, let's say hello to our pack members while we watch this beautiful bird. Good afternoon, Brian. Hello, Carol. Hello, Willow. Hello, Barbara. Good afternoon, Rosemary. Hello, Di. Good afternoon, Jan. Hello, everybody. Lovely to be out with all of you. And to all of you on our public channel, welcome to Painted Dog TV. Hoping for another amazing afternoon out here. This beautiful reserve very seldomly lets us down. It's always gorgeous out here. Thank you, Carol. I had an absolutely amazing birthday, thanks. Yeah, lots of love from family and friends and really cool presents. I'm fully kitted out now in professional paddle gear, so I now look the part as well, which I'm very grateful for. It was a lovely day. It's been a lovely weekend. And what a lovely way for me to end my birthday weekend with all of you out here in my favorite place. I was actually out this morning and successfully found a single lioness in the western part of the reserve, and I could hear a male lion close to her, but I never found the male. So we're going to head that way again this afternoon, everybody, and see if we can find those lions again. And in the same area I had incredibly fresh signs of a female leopard. Found her tracks and then found her scat. Oh, there goes the heron. Just trying to get up onto that perch. Not so easy with the wind. He's gone a bit higher up. Well done. Must be difficult flying that massive body around. Dangly, long stretched body. Yeah, so anyway, the scat that I found, everybody, was hot. Like as in heat, hot. So I was right behind that leopard. I never found it, unfortunately. I did run out of time this morning. I was just out with my family on a morning game drive. But we're going to go back through that area again now and just see if we don't have any luck with her. And also, like I say, see if we have any luck locating those lions again. Pretty sure that bird's, you know, flying further and further away because it is a little bit nervous of the vehicle. Sometimes they can be quite shy, the grey herons. But a lovely start for sure. Very, very nice. All right, Mr. Heron, or Mrs. Heron, we will not disturb you any further. Oh, squeaky jackal. Hasn't warmed up completely yet. Yeah. Good afternoon, Betty. Glad that you could pop in with us briefly. I hope you guys are having an amazing time. Awesome. Andrew says that you popped in here yesterday, Betty. That's really special. Sorry I missed you. That's very cool that you got to come and visit us, or some of us, here at Painted Dog TV. Right, so I'm going to head straight to where I had the last tracks of this female leopard, which was down in the Diepsloot River. But we'll start off by going past Lemundura and Krip. Always a good spot. Might get lucky with some rhino there. I had fresh signs of the elephants as well in the river, the dry riverbed. But I think they pushed further east, but you never know. They might loop back. Might be a little bit further south. So we'll start around that waterhole and then drop down into the riverbed. See if there's any fresh signs of that female leopard. Temperatures already dropped this afternoon, so it's quite possible if she's hungry, she might even be on the move again already. Good afternoon, Judith. Lovely to have you with us. Very well, thanks. Hope you are as well. Andrew, Betty said I should tell you that she spotted the cameras along the road today.
In Tibabati.
Ah.
Like, where do they trap people? I didn't see a camera.
Okay.
Had to keep it to 50.
Yes, indeed. Have to travel slowly in our parks. Some people don't, sadly. Every now and then there is some game that gets hit by people that are speeding in the parks. Speaking of which, a third leopard was hit on the main road just a bit further north of Rietspruit. So that's 3 in, I think, not even 6 weeks. 3 leopards that have been killed on the main road. It's the most I've ever heard of in all my time of living in this area.
Speed bumps.
Oh, we need to change something. We really do. It's very sad and very unnecessary. Oh, that's amazing, Betty. I'm so glad to hear that it's going so well. Giving yourself. It's very special. Yeah, exactly. Di, that's something I think that would probably be the most viable solution is to basically raise up the road, build an overpass in several hotspot areas, and allow wildlife to move in that way. Yeah, it's certainly something that has worked elsewhere in the world, and I think it's the only probable solution for this area, is to have these flyovers and corridors for wildlife to move freely and not have to risk crossing that very busy main road that runs just past our town here. Relatively recent sign of a white rhino bull that walked along the road here heading towards Lemunduring Crypt. Someone has driven over it, but I think that's probably the maintenance team here on the Rietspruit that's driven over the tracks, probably in the middle of the day. I had two wonderful sightings of two separate white rhino bulls this morning. In fact, where I found the tracks of this female leopard, where she had dropped down into the Diepsloot River. I was on foot, busy trying to figure out which way she went, and left my family in the car, walked down into the river, saw where she entered the river, and on my way back up the very same game path she had walked into the river on, I bumped into this white rhino. Fortunately, he hadn't seen me, so I just dropped back into the river and came up a different way. Didn't disturb him at all, which is always awesome. There's somebody we haven't seen in a little while. A pair of crested francolins on the road here, everybody. Looks like they're busy investigating some of this rhino's dung. Might be a whole bunch of insects attracted to the dung. These crested francolins have a mixed diet of seed and insects, fruit. And it's actually a small little family, a little flock. There's 4 of them here. Hang on, there's even a 5th off to the left there. So a small little family of crested francolins. Those chicks have got really big now, but they're still with mom and dad. They really are striking little birds. I love their markings. You can see the rhino dung there just next to that bird now. Look at that. Hang on, there's 6 of them.
2, 4, 6, yeah. 7.
7?
Yeah.
I think I actually counted 7 there. Oh, that's amazing. That is a very successful clutch right there, everybody. 5 chicks have made it. Well done, mom and dad. Don't often see that many of them making it to adulthood. Oh, jackal, behave. There we go. Enjoy, Betty. Hope you have a wonderful game drive. Good afternoon, Michael. How are you, sir? Lovely to see you back with us. Back that way. I think he said he lost her close to the reservoir, but she'd come from Sunsloot side along Lemunduring. Andrew and I are just busy discussing one of the more recent leopard sightings of the kudu krip female, the 2-3 female, that is, which was not too far from here behind us. And I wonder if the leopard I was tracking this morning down in the riverbed here was that same female. Very high chance that it is, but we know there's two that operate in this area where their territories overlap. Just busy arriving now at Lemunduring Krip. Always a good spot to just quickly jump out and investigate for tracks of who's coming to drink. So this little waterhole's been very busy today. Lots of impala, nyala, giraffe, monkey have come and had their fill here today. Rhino as well, pretty recent rhino track. Love how peaceful it is out here. Literally just birds and the sound of the wind through the trees. No alarm calls just yet. Hello Mary, lovely to have you with us. Hope you're well. We are searching for cats this afternoon, Mary. Well, course, we won't be upset if we bump into some of the other larger creatures or smaller creatures. But I located a single lioness that was very close to one of the male lions this morning. I never saw the male, I just heard him vocalizing close to her on the western side of the Diepsloot River. And then I had very, very fresh tracks of a female leopard down in that same riverbed. I had to head home shortly after finding her tracks, and so I gave up on them, but I'm heading straight back there now to see if she's moving about again. Oh, sorry to see you go, Judith. Hope work is good, not too stressful, and I hope that we get to see you with us again soon. It's a pity. Big group of banded mongoose that were just for a brief moment standing there watching us, but of course as I reversed they spooked and they've taken off. Nice to see the hornbills, however. Yellow-billed hornbill. You'll often find these birds following groups of mongoose. Sorry about that, everybody. A couple gremlins just stepped in there. Hopefully that won't happen again, especially because we're about to drop into the Rietspruit River, where we know that at times the gremlins do like to play up. Let's just hope they stay away. Yeah. You're right, Mary. I do apologise to the hornbill that I didn't give it more screen time. Make sure I do with the next one. Sure, Michael, that's a very good question you've just asked there. Gareth, what would you say is the most profound moment you have had as a guide?
Meeting Andrew.
Andrew's just parked up behind me. Meeting Andrew. As wonderful as that was, Andrew, I'm gonna come up with another one.
It's okay.
And I'm gonna think on it, Michael, for a bit. You know, whilst I think about it now, you know, I just think about how fortunate I am to have changed so many people's lives, to have enlightened so many people about the beauty of Africa and how fragile everything is and how important conservation is. I also think about all the moments where I've had guests in tears, you know, when they say goodbye to me, when they're leaving the camps where they've stayed and where we've spent a couple of days together enjoying incredibly special moments out in the bush with all sorts of wildlife. I'm just trying to think though which one in particular, which moment in particular stood out the most for me. Just getting down into the riverbed here now, everyone. Now, it's not too far downstream from here where we had the tracks, where I had the tracks, sorry, of this female leopard this morning. I'll be very interested to see, first of all, are her tracks now on top of my vehicle, tracks from the morning, and also if we might just get lucky, you know, and hear some alarm calls, or even luckier, just spot her lying in the middle of the riverbed, waiting for us.
That would be ideal.
A man can dream. Just a reminder, everybody, of the keyword of the week. Speed is our keyword for this week. So if you'd like to get your hands on the high resolution image of the week, please submit the keyword speed to us here at Painted Dog. The image is apparently on screen right now, everybody, so you can see the photograph that's up for grabs. Oh, look at this. A herd of impala here, just busy leaving the riverbed. And it is just so beautiful with the setting sun behind them there. making the most of the last bit of light that they have of the day to feed and quite clearly also defecate. Hey, when nature calls, eh? Just got to go. I was just thinking about this female leopard, however, and how, you know, right here is a perfect prey species for her and the perfect habitat for her as well, because there's so much cover here. That's why these leopards spend so much time moving along these dry riverbeds. And you just never know. I mean, she could be right here, trailing these impala, waiting to pick the right moment to pounce. Yeah. Some lion tracks here in the riverbed. Just want to quickly have a look at these and see how fresh they are. You see the tracks here, Andrew? Going south. lots of things have walked all over these lines, tracks. Let's try to see where they go from here. Tracks just in behind us here. I think the elephants that were in the river here today walked over these tracks. So I don't think they're very fresh. What have you spotted there? Oh, lovely. Dark cap bulbul. Well done, Andrew. That's very nice. Michael, yes, I think probably Kudu Crypt 2-3, but to be honest, very possible that it's the mother of the cubs as well, because it's here that their territories overlap along the Deep Sloot River here. And we know that for a fact because we've captured both females moving through the riverbed here. On our camera traps, or camera trap, should I say. Couple new trees that have been pushed over down here whilst the elephants were feeding this morning. I think I've found where this female leopard went this morning here. It's interesting though, there's tracks going back and forth here. tracks of this leopard, however, are not on top of my vehicle tracks from this morning. So perhaps from last night. The fresher set looked like where she came down this game path into the riverbed here. Very interesting indeed. So we've got potentially 2 females that came into this area around the same time. Now the tracks I was following this morning, I lost just up ahead here where we always set up the camera trap, the Antioch drainage line, where it comes into the Deep Sloot River. So I'm going to just stop there now, everybody, and just have a close look. See if I can figure out which way she went from there. And then, like I say, hopefully we get very lucky and we get some alarm calls in this area now. Gremlins.
It says pictures back there.
Okay.
I'll tell you that.
Here's the gremlins are trying to have a afternoon. Which is very unfriendly. Leopard tracks there.
Not that good.
Yeah. Just amazing. So many really good leopard tracks in this riverbed here today, everyone. Just imagine spotting her walking, you know, down one of these game trails into the riverbed. But I am intrigued as to why there's so many tracks going in different directions here. Was it a coming together of these 2 female leopards? Were they fighting over territory? I don't think it would be cubs, as the tracks are all of adult females. These cats, of course, are incredibly territorial and will sometimes even fight to the death over territory. I've witnessed that once before. Female leopards. this radiator. A lot of brake. Right. Yeah. I want this to just work out where this leopard went that I was tracking this morning. Let's have a quick look around here. Good afternoon, Mauricia. Lovely to have you with us. In the search for this female leopard. Looks like this leopard went out of the river here, everybody. I'm definitely going to have to bring that camera trap of ours back here as soon as possible. Did you hear that?
No, but I can't hear anything.
That sounded like a leopard.
What a rasp.
Right here in this tree. Damn it. So right now, everybody, just as I was coming back, I heard what sounded like a very grumpy leopard and heard something come out of a tree. There's a very prominent weeping boerbean behind us here. Question is now, which way is that leopard gone, if it is a leopard? But it certainly sounded like when a leopard is upset and it's running away from a human being, they make that sound and shot out of the tree. I can still hear movement there. Now, unfortunately, everybody, it's in an area where I can't get to with the vehicle, which is why I haven't just raced off there. But at the same time, don't want to just race off and spook the animal. Exactly, Michael. That's what I've just heard. The very guttural grunt of a startled or upset leopard. Now that tree that I think it came from is quite a distance from here. It's 100 yards from here. I'm surprised that that leopard would have got that startled and, you know, jumped out of the tree because of me here, walking here. This is far from that tree. Andrew will be able to try show you the big tree now that I'm talking about. That big scotia or weeping boerbean tree there. Whatever that animal was, it was in that tree. Whew, I can barely breathe. It's ridiculous. My gut tells me it was a leopard, everybody. I just don't know where to go next. Do we try go back? Yeah, let's do that. Let's try go back in the river slowly and get opposite that tree, just see if we don't see anything. After that, we'll have to come back and go out of the river here and see if we don't get anything on this side of the tree. Luck of the draw now. Not sure where that leopard would have gone to, but let's give it a bash. Oh, jackal, please be quiet. Last station, go again.
Hi Gareth, it's Glenn. I'm just checking where you're working tonight.
How's it? I'm at the area, deep slope, Antioch slope. Just following up in this area at the moment. So far, no fresh signs yet.
Okay, Gareth, I'm only stopping 2 out of 5. But I'm going to be joining you in that area.
Copy that. There's the tree. Just want to sit for a minute. See if we don't pick up any movement or hear anything again. Also just want to make sure there isn't a carcass in that tree. Tell you what, it's a perfect leopard. No carcass up there. Now, a leopard's going to make a similar sound as well, everybody, when it's busy fighting with another leopard. I spoke about how there's what looks like tracks of 2 different females moving in this area. You never know. That could be what's playing. Perhaps this is where the 2 leopards have come together and they're still arguing with each other. Now, when leopards fight over territory or encounter one another, they don't necessarily always come to blows immediately. A lot of it is posturing, growling, that grunting growl we've just heard now, scent marking, and forcing the issue that way before they'll actually lock claws with each other. Standing by. Okay, copy that. Just busy chatting with my father there, everybody. He was going to come and give me a hand in this area searching for this leopard. I saw him earlier today and told him about it. But he's been distracted now because the elephants are apparently feeding in front of his house. So I don't think he's going to be making it this far south tonight. Anyway, I don't see anything here. Let's turn around, everybody, and go out the river and have a look on the other side of the tree. And if nothing there, I want to quickly shoot up to where I left that lioness. Isn't this just so exciting though? I love this. Just love this. Such a privilege. Oh, where are you? You gorgeous cat. Playing games with me once again.
Entering Bellbank, number 4.
Well, I mean, if it was a leopard, everybody, there's a million ways she could have just snuck off here without me ever knowing.
Copy that. Lowveld number 4, thank you.
Exciting nonetheless. Now it's not very far from where we are here, everybody, where this lioness was this morning. I lost sight of her moving through the bush towards where the male lion was vocalizing. This male lion was obviously trying to locate her. This lioness, I presume, is on her own because I didn't find signs of the pride in this area. The only reason I found her is I heard her contact calling. So I think she was looking for the pride. And that's how I found her this morning. And then, like I say, she reacted to the male lion that was getting closer to her and actually went in his direction. I'm going to head there now and just see if they've come out of this block. I couldn't really follow them from where they were. The bush was just too thick. So I'm hoping that they've come out of that block. It's not a very big block. And might be on the move again. We might pick up their tracks now. Good afternoon, Elsa. Happy to have you with us. Hope you're well. So it was in this block to my left, everybody, where these lions were this morning. So like I say, I just hope that they've come out perhaps on this road or the next one above it. No, Seskamp. Andrew was just asking me now, everybody, what's the closest water source to where we are? And that would be Seskamp Krip. That little water hole is about a quarter of a mile due east of here. So Andrew's just thinking if these lions were wanting to have a drink, where would they go? So that is a possibility. And we'll see soon enough if they did go that way, because the road that takes you up to that water source is just up ahead here. It's also an area where there's often an abundance of prey.
You want to put the lock off in your life?
Doesn't appear these lions came out on this road. And they didn't go to Seskankrip because this would have been their route. Does look like the tracks of the male lion here, everyone. Yeah, interesting. And they're on top of my vehicle tracks. He went up that way. Now this lioness that I saw this morning was only 200 yards down here. No tracks of her. Just want to quickly check the western fence, see if she went up the fence line. I wonder if she wasn't trying to dodge this male lion this morning. I'm hearing similar rumors, Mary, about our male wild dogs having connected and actually mated with females. I don't know where. I'm actually just waiting to catch up with Grant Beverly about that, or Ronya. But either way, it's amazing news. I'm just so chuffed that they have found a pack. Just coming out on the western fence here now. It's difficult to say for sure, everybody, but there are lioness tracks here. But it's weird because I drove up this fence this morning, didn't notice them, and it looks like I drove over these tracks, which might then only mean that it's a different lioness that walked up here. Oh, decisions, decisions, decisions. Okay. I think what we should do, everybody, is follow the male lion's tracks. Can't see any lions along that fence line. They of course may have moved quite a bit during the day. I was wondering to myself this morning, you know, what is going on with these lionesses? Why are we constantly now seeing the breakaway of some of the females from the core of the pride, and the males spending a lot of time with two of the younger females? This was certainly one of the younger females that I found this morning. That was, you know, very close to where this male lion was. It's weird. And, you know, these lionesses have been treated. Right, so the male went up this way. Let's see if we get lucky with him. Whoa, that's a hole. It would be quite handy for us if that male lion started vocalizing, which he very often would do this time of the day. Appears we've lost this lion's tracks. And that's probably got to do with the fact that he's trying to find this lioness. I think he's been doing loops all around this area to try and connect with her. Whilst I sat with her this morning for about 20 minutes, we heard this male lion vocalizing and vocalizing and vocalizing. And she didn't once respond. She was definitely listening to him, And then, like I say, she eventually got up and moved in his direction. But there's no tracks of her coming up here where the male went. So they went different directions. So I've just seen the male lion's tracks again here now, everybody. The general direction he's moving is towards Bushveld Dam. Might have even got there by now. About 8 o'clock, just after. We are very soon going to lose the light, everybody, and with it the ability to see the tracks nicely. So we'll just go on our gut now and keep pushing on towards Bushveld Dam. Just where I reckon these lions have probably headed. Look for the tracks here.
Sound there, rutting.
Yeah. How beautiful is that sunset, everybody? Can't see any tracks of this lion anymore. But yeah, just sitting here for a bit just to see if I don't get lucky and hear him. Not singing his tune yet. Ah. We're getting closer to the waterhole that I've spoken of, folks, Bushveld Dam. I'm very, very excited to get there and see if the lions aren't there, but also just see who else might be coming for a drink this evening. Right, so we're just coming down to the water hole here now. Coming in from the inflow towards the water. Nobody having a drink just yet. Gorgeous spot though. Look at that. Wow, that is amazing. So beautiful. Just going to sit here for 5 minutes, everybody, and enjoy this beauty and see if we don't hear any of these lions roaring nearby to us here. It certainly did, well, we've got tracks of a male and a female heading this direction. I would imagine they must be pretty close by to where we are here. Might have crept up onto Leadwood. We're right here next to the Leadwood boundary. See bats, quite a few bats flying through the sky above the water here. Obviously quite a lot of insects attracted to the water, and of course that in turn attracts these bats. You can hear male impala ratting all around us here. Just thinking now, we haven't seen any impala rams fighting. Have you, Andrew? Recently?
Not on live. I have seen one on Saturday.
Huh.
They started early this year. Huh?
Mm.
Kevin, getting mobile, any update?
Oh, just look at that, everybody. And the reflection in the water.
Normal, 5
Very quiet lions. Alright everyone, time for us to love and leave the beautiful Poole Dam. I want to use the remaining time we have together to just drive up the western fence line, where I did see some of the tracks of that lioness. See if we don't get lucky and bump into her coming along that fence line.
Okay, I'm going to change to incognito shortly. I'll wait for you there.
Definitely some gremlins playing up on our radios at the moment. Lots of static. Copy. No, I don't think so. Couple sets of eyes that I'm just investigating here, everybody, on the right. Quite low to the ground. The first set, no, it's fine, thanks, bud. I was sure was a genet. Then I picked up a second set, which looked a little bit bigger. May have been a Dacre. But they now both appear to be hiding. Who is that? Whoever it was somebody small and it's gone. It has disappeared into the bushes. But so we are now running up along the western line here, everybody. The property adjacent to us here is called Antioch, and it's where the female leopard with cubs spends quite a lot of her time. Never know, might bump into her coming through the fence here tonight. I wonder how her cubs are doing. I would imagine she's still got at least 1 or 2 of them, because she is repeatedly going back that side. Well, I hope so, that's for sure. Copy. It's my pleasure, Mary. Before I go, Michael, to answer your question, Antioch is quite far west of Raptors. Raptors is due east of us. Look at what I've just spotted here, everyone. This is not something we get to see on the Rietspruit Game Reserve. Look at that. Wow. That is awesome.
Sable, no?
Correct. Sable antelope, everybody. How amazing is that? And how beautiful are those horns? Well, that is a lovely little way for us to sign off tonight. So they are bred here on the Antioch property. One of the most beautiful antelope in Africa, the sable antelope. Absolutely stunning. All right, folks, that certainly was a beautiful bumble. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you all enjoyed it. We hope you all had fun. Cannot wait to do it again. We'll be back out with you folks tomorrow evening. Hope you all have a super day, super evening, wherever you are in the world. And stay safe and have fun. Bye for now, everybody.